This very beautiful 2007 Porsche 911 Turbo manual 997.1 is in extremely good condition. This car was sold brand new in Calgary, Alberta, where it remained with its original owner, and through some tasteful upgrades that you can see on the exterior, and there's some mechanical as well, he had done with Tuner Works and Regal Tuning in Calgary, Alberta. Those are both very renowned high-performance shops that do regular after OEM servicing on German and Italian cars. Very well known out there and very well trusted. The owner then sold it about 5-6 years ago when we purchased it, and it came out to Victoria, British Columbia, where we sold it to our client here. It remained very coveted with him and in his home garage, and it stayed there for most of his ownership. He only put on a couple thousand kilometers. From then he decided to move on to some American muscle, and at which point we brought it back in and brought it into our shop, got it ready, put it through Porsche Center Victoria for full inspection, DME download, some servicing, and after that was done, it was prepared for sale. So this is finished in basalt black metallic. This is a color you don't usually see on this generation car. Finding a manual black turbo is not the easiest thing to do. The car was kept in extremely good condition. The interior still smells and feels like new. The exterior presents extremely well. The only thing to talk about with paint condition really is a couple of things. One, a typical spot right behind or in front of the rear wheels where road debris can kick up, and then there's just one chip on the hood that I should point out. But really, overall, the car's in just incredible condition and shows that it was coveted and highly cared for. So I'm just going to walk you around the car and show you some of the key areas that you'd want to know. Starting with the front of the car, so headlights usually can show a fair bit of patina and debris marks on cars that have been driven in the shoulder season, especially from Alberta. And you can see the lenses on both are pretty much clear of any marks. Front bumper, little mark there, but very good and very clean throughout the whole front of the car. I'd say really the only thing to mention on the whole car is that little guy there. Oh, there it is. Very high gloss of the paint across the entire thing. These front chin spoilers are easily replaced. It protects the lower bumper from any paint damage. It's got a couple scuff marks on it, but hard to notice, and if you really wanted to, very inexpensively replaced. This car does have a passport system, so these are your laser jammers installed in the rear or in the front of the bumper, and there's also some in the rear. Aftermarket Champion wheels. All in really good condition. Looking down the side of the car, the paint and the body is like perfect. Windshield, great shape, no pitting, no big chips, nothing. All the plastic along the front between the hood and the windshield hasn't been faded out, all in great shape. That's a bug splatter from our test drive we just did. So this is the only area that almost all the cars have that's probably worth mentioning, is that just a little bit of pitting on the rear haunch here of the car. Pretty typical to see in almost all 911s, and it shows you that the car was actually driven and and enjoy it on the roads. Usually this is the area that shows a little bit of wear just because those front tires will kick up any road debris, and since it is a wide body, that's where it pops out. All the wheels are in fantastic shape. Really nothing to point out other than the beautiful lines across the whole car. Nothing to speak of across the rear of the car. It does have a power sunroof. And this is kind of the key thing, is that normally on a black car you're seeing some kind of wear across the edge of the front seat and up the bolster of the driver's seat, and as you can see, this car, nothing. It's just not a wrinkle, not a mark in any of the leather. The steering wheel he had thickened and then hand stitched new leather across the steering wheel. Feels great in your hand. Red stripe was added, giving it more of a track feel. It is a full leather interior with Bose sound. The door panels again look and feel very much like new. The car reeks of leather, still has its new car smell to it. Door sills, just perfect. Back seats, obviously, like most Porsche, never used. Those, of course, can fold down. This backs of the seats, they're leather wrapped as well. No marks. Nothing to speak of. It does have carpet mats as well as these winter mats. Shift knob leather. All the dash, door panels, everything is just crispy. None of the embossing on the switches has been worn off. None of them are sticky. Does have a modern Bluetooth hands-free head unit. And as I said, it's just immaculate. Not a ton to see under here, but you can see if this shows up. Just all the fittings, all the metals, hoses, everything is very tidy. No strange corrosion, none of that. Guess we can roll around to the passenger side. A little shadowy on that side. But again, very much the same as the other side of the car. No marks, nothing to point out. Tons of tread on the tires. Just a deadly looking car.